How these four people ended up getting played this bad by Andy, Genevieve, and Sam is absolutely beyond me. Absolutely fucking beyond me. So first of all, these three, with the exception of Teeny, posit that Sam and Genevieve are obviously going to try to pull Annie to their side to save themselves because basically, what else can they do? They're on the bottom. Kyle's gone. They know it's one of the two of them next. Here comes Big Teeny. Oh no, Annie's not going to flip. Annie's not going to flip. Annie's not going to flip. And even if Andy does flip, we have 4 votes. So first of all, Teeny, this is a game for $1 million. Why would you be that confident that you can trust Andy not to flip? Andy literally flipped on Sarah and got her voted out. Genevieve has flipped on you twice. So what makes you think that you know somebody so well enough that they're not going to flip? That's number one. Then number two, you said, well, it doesn't matter because we have 4 votes. So why did you split the vote and not vote together? That doesn't make any sense. If the 4 of you vote for Genevieve and she plays an idol and they vote for whoever, okay, they can't vote for Rachel. She won immunity. So whoever they end up voting for, if that person goes home, okay, but you should at least have tried to vote together, because if you thought Genevieve had an idol, then the 4 of you should have voted for Sam. It actually does not make logical sense to split the vote when you have 2 people that you want out. You really think that Genevieve was going to play an idol for Sam? That doesn't make sense. Next. So, the fact that Genevieve got over on Teeny a 3rd time and is sitting there so smug and so happy and all this is just so disgusting to me. And I'm not even like some huge fan of Teeny, but just the fact that Teeny allowed that to happen is so disgusting to me. And really what it's showing is basically Andy comes back with what these 4 believe is an alliance. And Teeny doesn't want to do what Andy wants. But somehow they end up splitting the vote, which shows that even though we saw Teeny getting really upset and going off this episode, and the episode begins with Teeny basically accusing Genevieve of threatening them and all this stuff, really, Teeny doesn't have any power. Because if Teeny had power and Teeny said, we're not going to split the vote, we're all voting for, the 4 of us are going to vote for Sam. It doesn't matter what Andy says, Sam would have gone home. So I just think that says a lot about Teeny's game. And it reinforces what I've been saying this entire time, is that I just felt like Teeny wasn't playing aggressive enough. And then it's kind of like Teeny is trying to play aggressive now, but they don't have the power to back up the aggression. Like they don't have the power to force their will. And that's really unfortunate, because if you don't have the power to force your will in the end game, you're not going to win Survivor because you haven't made any moves. And so I'm just really disappointed in Teeny's gameplay. I'm really disappointed in these 4, but I'm not disappointed that Caroline went home, because Caroline's a bird and I can't stand her, and I was terrified she was going to win. So, it's not such an unhappy episode for me that Caroline went home. Of this, it looks like there's going to be a battle between Genevieve and Rachel coming up. Really hope that Rachel wins because I can't stand Genevieve and I can't stand that smug look on her fucking face when Caroline got voted out tonight. And one of my favorite parts of tonight's episode was Genevieve realizing how badly she fucked her game up. And even if Genevieve does get to Final Tribal, I don't see people voting for her. Genevieve is not going to win Survivor. So if Rachel ends up getting voted out, which I doubt she will because she still has her idol, like gets voted out next, I guess I should say, because she still has her idol. And also, she still has her block of vote. And the last time she can use the block of vote is at 6. So she's going to have to use that next vote. So all she needs is for her, Teenie, and Sue to vote together, which I'm sure they will. And it'll at least be a tie. And then as long as they keep it a tie, they'll end up going to Rocks. So, yeah, hopefully Rachel makes it to Final Tribal, and also, I don't know if I said this in the other clip, Teenie spelling out those 3 questions at Final Tribal so that if people weren't thinking about it, now they definitely are. Horrible idea. But we're getting close to the end, and I just hope and pray Rachel wins. I think she's going to end up getting voted out, but I'm trying to keep hope alive.